Rain around the world looking militant. I fly you night and never spirited. Only restaurant is gonna be Michelin. I mean Michelin, traveling on dividends. She said that I'm raw like a 90s Timberland. I'm getting paid talking rap on the internet. My name Green, but I ain't crab, I be generous. LA to Virginia, I just sold my latest song. Japanese denim flying straight from in the palm. Rolling out to Durban, I'ma put in with some prom. Then I fly out to Miami and I'm eating like a dawn. I go to Miami just for dinner. I went to Japan for a pickup. I just missed the flight, I'm in Atlanta. I just went to Spain. I go to Miami just for dinner. I went to Japan for a pickup. I just missed the flight, I'm in Atlanta. I just went to Spain, that's a pickup.
Hey everybody, hope you're all having a good day today.
You won't see me in neither. Invited to the function, I don't go, I got amnesia. I'd rather be in Vegas at the Caesars. My winter out in Josie, not in Bali, cause it's cheaper. From Africa, home of the Escobar. More than the trip around the globe with the scepter. Travel like LeBron, I'm a traveling man. LAX out to Baltimore, then landed in France. Play some shows out in Germany and bought in Japan. See these reps take me everywhere, I go where I can. That's the multi-pass, homie. I ain't bumping that, Brody. In New York, proof it up like some Timberland.
All right.
So I go to Miami just for dinner. I went to Japan for a pickup. I just missed the flight, I'm in Atlanta. I just went to Spain, that's a bipper.
All right, everybody. Let us go.
Choose which team you'll begin your franchise with. menu on the left lets you adjust your league settings and where to start your franchise in the preseason, the regular season, or with a fantasy draft.
Go with the fantasy draft, baby.
Welcome.
I want. Great pick. Got Justin Herbert. Okay, Zach. Sure thing. You got me some Devontae Adams. Charles for president. I'll take Ramondre Stevenson. Joe Alt, left tackle. You know what? I'm going to go with Colton Miller. Always liked him. Great pickup, so I got a pretty solid left tackle. Stud finder. I liked him. He was good. Oh, he's good. I like him. 10 minutes until the decision. If more comes out, oh wow. Austin Loveland, give me that Loveland, baby. That's not Colston Loveland. That's just some random motherfucker. Thank you, Addison. I appreciate that, buddy. Oh my god, all these are shit. Okay, there we go. Got the best fullback in the draft, baby. Always liked Morgan Moses. He's the best kicker in the game.
What do the Jets do at pick 2? What do the Jets do? The Jets could go defense at 2. They can go Reese, they can go Bain, they can trade down at 2. But if you're trading down from 2, who's trading up for a player at number 2? So are you happy with this decision? Are you happy with this news? You know, there's some people that love him as a prospect, some people that did not like him. He was a work in progress. But forget about what the Jets are doing at number 2. Who the heck are the Jets going at quarterback? This changes the entire outlook. This changes everything. And I have a video uploading tonight on my channel about the big things the Jets need to figure out in the offseason. And I talked about it like Dante Moore was going to be declaring. So that's going to be an interesting video to upload tonight. You got Malik Willis that you can bring up. Right? What's the Jets' plan now? The Jets' quarterback search. I got to take Dante Moore off this graphic that I created because he's not an option anymore. Trinidad Chambliss, Kyler Murray, Ty Simpson. There's a lot of different scenarios for these New York Jets now. I can't believe he went on SportsCenter to let the world know he's returning to Oregon. And let's be honest, if you're Dante Moore, is that the right decision? He has not started more than 18 games in college. He's coming off of a really bad game in the playoffs. But is Dylan Raiola going to be a backup behind him? I mean, I guess he's going to be the guy when he... I'm trying to think about. Because now the Jets could have a big decision here where they punt on the idea of drafting a quarterback this year. They bring in a bridge like a Malik Willis. You load up this roster. And then you go into the 2027 draft with the asset to build for your quarterback. But the big question is, do Jets fans have patience? Do Jets fans have patience to wait till 2027 to find their guy? No, I don't think they do. That's the big problem here. So the Jets are going to exhaust all their options into a quarterback because they have to find a guy this year. They have to bring in a guy in the draft. They have to bring in a guy in free agency. They have to trade for somebody. There's no way we're going into this season with another swing on a Justin Fields, where it's just Malik Willis and a Tyrod and an undrafted free agent. And then we win 3 or 4 games. Everyone's fired in that scenario. And then I guess that's what people want. But people are saying trade with the Browns for their first round picks. My question is, who are the Browns trading up for? Because in order to trade down from 2, you need to have a player on board for that team to 1. It's not that easy to just trade down. Somebody enlighten me. Who are the Browns or any team trading up to number 2 for that the Jets would want themselves? And by the way, the Jets don't really need to trade down. They got all their assets. Yeah, of course, more assets is good. It's not a bad thing to get more assets. But they have the assets. They have 2 firsts. They have 3 firsts next year. Dude, my reaction to this news is, welcome to the Jets, Kyler Murray. That's it. And all the narratives of, he should avoid the Jets. Do you think that was weighed into his decision, that he really wanted to avoid the Jets? Do you really think so? So now you fire up the mocks with him returning to college. Where are the Jets going to pivot at number 2? And 16. Is Malik Willis really going to be the guy? Is trading for Mac Jones an option? Is trading for Kyler Murray an option? Marcus, like, those are all situations. I think a likely scenario is the Jets trading Will McDonald in drafting a guy like Bain at 2, getting a pass rusher, resetting the clock at that position. You can see that happening. Carson Beck, some people are saying. And, we're missing out on Fernando Mendoza. We all know that. Fernando Mendoza is not coming to the Jets. Time to trade for top quarterback. Who? Who are the Jets trading for at the top quarterback? If you fire up the mocks right now, you're looking at Avro Reese, the linebacker, or Bain at number 2. Or a trade down. I mean, what other options are there? And then you got either a Ty Simpson from Alabama or a Trinidad Chambliss from Ole Miss. Garrett Nussmeier, not in the first round, but I'm talking like mid-round guys. Carson. Joe Burrow is not going anywhere, bro. I have completely... People are saying Joe Burrow in the chat. Joe Burrow ain't going anywhere, folks. Zach Taylor is not fired. The Bengals are not letting go of Joe Burrow, just like they're not let go of that dream. Lamar Jackson's not going anywhere. Joe Burrow is not going anywhere. Okay? Come on, man. That's what it all comes down to. I would love Joe Burrow. I would love Lamar, but I'm just not going to entertain that. It's not realistic. It's not realistic, okay? That's what it comes down to. And for the people still bringing up the fans that were happy about the Jets winning against the Falcons, grow up, bro. You're miserable. You're an absolute miserable person if you still are holding on to that win that the Jets had over the Falcons that cost the Jets the first overall pick. And you're trying to pick on Jets fans for being happy about that. Newsflash, fans have zero impact about what happens. Whether you're a fan that rooted for a win that game or a loss, the result still would have been exactly what we're staring at today. So grow up and stop being miserable and accept what happened. I'm someone that just goes with the flow of things. When the Jets win a game, they win a game. Cool. They lose a game? Well, I have no impact. Stop harping on a one win against the Falcons. I get it. If they lost that game, we wouldn't have the first overall pick. No one's denying that as the truth. But for the people that just harp on the past, all you do is just live in... I'm sorry, that's not how I live my life. I don't live my life that way. The fans, newsflash, do not have as much to say as some people think. Just saying. So, congratulations for the fans that rooted against the Jets for the rest of the season. They lost every single game. Is that what we're getting? Is that what we're getting at as fans? We think we really have that much of a say on what happens on the football field? You can't fault the Jets for going out there and beating a Falcons team with Tyrod Taylor. By the way, the Jets, after beating the Falcons, they literally tanked. They put Brady Cook out there on the field for the rest of the season when we had Justin Fields healthy and Tyrod healthy. That's called tanking. That's called putting out the worst product on the field so you can literally lose. So stop living in the past. Yeah, is it unfortunate that the Jets don't have the first overall pick? Yeah, sure. But I can't stand the people that try to pin the fans in a corner that root for wins as it's our fault. Give me a break, bro. Give me a freaking break. I laugh at that. So I think that this news of Dante Moore going back to college is definitely massive for so many different reasons. It directly impacts the New York Jets because the Jets had the second overall pick. He was mocked to go number 2 behind Fernando Mendoza. That game on Friday night. This would be a different conversation. Say that Oregon Ducks lost that game on Friday against Indiana, but he still balled out. I wonder if he would be still going back. But I think he understands that game really costed him a lot. If you're just tuning in, we have some breaking news. Dante Moore has officially declared to go back to college. Go back. And now everybody's already looking at Arch Manning in the 2027 class. And I'm not going to forget how many people told me. And listen, I never looked at the 2026 class at the quarterback position last year, but a lot of people told me, don't worry, bro, the 2026 quarterback class is going to be stacked. That's what I heard. And I was like, okay, I don't even know if that's true, but I'll take it. And I'm never going to do that again. Because now we're hearing the same thing. 2027 class is going to be stacked. Is it? What if Dante Moore lays an egg and he's trash? What if all these, like, everybody that was hyping up Garrett Nussmeier from LSU, how did he do this year? Hyping up Drew Allen from Penn State, how was he? Lenore Sellers from South Carolina, how was he? And those are the guys that are supposed to be ballers, supposed to be top of the draft. And now they're all mid-round picks, and now a lot of them are staying in school. Yeah, I know Arch Manning is leading the way. I know the Ohio State quarterback can come out next year, Julian Sayin. I know that now Dante Moore is going to be part of that 2027 class. I'm not saying the 27 class is not good. All I'm saying is I heard the same exact thing about the 2026 class. And here we are. The New York Jets get the second overall pick, and they're not even going to be able to get a quarterback. And what's frustrating about that is you go back 2 years ago, there's draft classes where you're able to get a Jaden Daniels at number 2. Or even choose from Jaden Daniels or Drake May or Bo Nix. Or there was a draft where you could have got, C.J. Stroud years ago. Not that C.J. Stroud is really, he's winning, but, my point is, usually there's draft classes where there's at least 2 or 3 quarterbacks you can get. But this year, it seems like there's just one guy that is the undisputed first overall pick. And not that. Usually there's a debate who could go number 1 sometimes. Even back in the Sam Darnold draft. You got Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen was talked about. Lamar Jackson, that was all in one class. But then there are some classes where you have nobodies, like the Kenny Pickett draft. So there are instances where there's not a lot of quarterbacks coming out. Last year, you had just Cam Ward, and then Jackson Dart and Shedeur Sanders was the main guy. Tyler Shough went middle rounds. So my point is, man, I'm never going to believe a quarterback class hype until I get into the college football season and see what the hell they're doing. Because quarterbacks come out of nowhere. I want somebody to tell me who saw Fernando Mendoza coming before the season started last year. Nobody. Unless you're an Indiana fan or you follow this kid all around. I don't think anybody saw Fernando Mendoza becoming the first overall pick before the college football season started. Nobody saw that coming. So that's another thing to keep in mind. There's quarterbacks that are right now going to probably be absolute studs next year that no one sees coming. And I'm not saying Fernando Mendoza was not good entering the season. He was a baller at Cal and everything, but nobody saw him as a wagon. No one saw Indiana become the team that they are. So my point is, you never know, man. You got to give some time. You got to let these things play itself out. But at the end of the day, the breaking news of the Jets not getting Dante Moore officially is the real deal. Now the Jets must pivot. Now the Jets must pivot. Because I definitely think that this is going to be an interesting thing that we talk about for a long, long time. Hey, at least we got Bailey Zappi, baby. Right? At least we got Bailey Zappi. That's all. Some people are saying this is good news. I put a poll in the chat asking, are you happy with this news? 61% said, yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy about it. All right, everybody, give us your predictions, because as we stand right now, the starting quarterback for the 2026 Jets is not on the team. So who's it going to be? Give your predictions. Give me your predictions. Who's starting week 1 for the Jets at quarterback? I was not planning to be live right now. I didn't even know I was going to do this big decision thing. Will it be Kyler Murray? Will it be Tyrod? Will it be Malik Willis? Will it be Mac Jones? Jimmy Garoppolo?
Yeah. 1-star Jimmy in this bitch.
So run back with Fields, I really don't think that's an option. And I don't think so. Let's get to the super chats. I'm not crying, I'll wait. Yes, I am. I'm waiting in the chat. I appreciate that. Tank for Madden now. Time to trade for a top quarterback. Let Brady cook. I don't want Carson Beck. He's too immature. Yeah. There's a lot of reasons to believe that's the case. It's tough, man, because now you're looking at the quarterback options, and I think it's a very low chance that the Jets find. And I know we've been searching for this for our lives. It feels like, at least my whole life. The Jets are not finding the face of the franchise for the future this offseason. Now, I don't want to say that as definite. You never know. Crazy things happen. The Jets can maybe find a quarterback right now in the draft that we're not seeing coming, and he becomes the guy long term. Who knows? But this feels like another bridge year coming up. That's what it feels like. The Jets can handle that. The only thing we can hope for is that the bridge year is a successful one. But there's quarterbacks going into this draft, and the Jets are going to do their evaluation on all of them. What if they fall in love with a guy like in the mid-rounds that we don't see coming? What if I'm going to be at the Senior Bowl this year?
So yeah, everyone, Dante Moore just officially declared for the NFL. Just officially decided to stay back in Oregon, which is interesting. Team us, yes.
The unmistakable New York skyline to the east. And we are across the river on the Jersey side at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New York Jets. On the visiting sideline, Mike Tomlin, his 19th season at the helm, closing in on 2 decades in charge of the Steelers. So what lies in store for these teams this season? The talking's done. We're about to find out. It's week 1, and off we go on EA Sports. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought.
We got Sam Darnold back, baby. That's fucking right. We got the ginger.
So the Jets offense ready to take over for the first time. They're led up by the number 3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft. Out of USC, it's Sam Darnold.
Mike, as I think back to opening day. Over my years of playing in the NFL, it didn't matter if I was a rookie or going into my 14th season. I think every player goes into that game with just a little bit of extra nerves. They were new season, new opportunity. Can I still do this at a high level? And man, you get through that first game, it feels like you can finally take a deep breath and let the season unfold. It's going to be a lot of nerves in this one here today, but the team that settles down the fastest and just gets back to playing ball, they're going to have a big advantage coming away with a big win tonight.
This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a good. Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. Short one there. He's got Ertz. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. They will indeed go as they look to throw. And And he's going to have a Jets first down as they find a way to keep the chains moving on fourth down. They'll run it with Henry. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. That's Alex Highsmith in for the tackle. They'll run for the first time with their fullback. Trying to use that big
What the fuck is going on?
yardage, but he is stopped for no gain. Seventh play of this opening drive. And here's third down. Operating from the gun, it's Garner. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway. It ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. This one is intercepted by Carlton Davis. And the Steelers are going to get the football here. They force the INT on the game's opening drive.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield
Bucky Irvin.
on some of these passes. All proven though, Mike. They've got to identify what went wrong. Let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
Right back to Irving. And he shows off those strong legs running through one tackle. Give him a gain of 8. So, from 37, here's second and a couple. They'll go again here with Irving. And nowhere to go on that one. They lifted him up and threw him down behind the line. They'll come up to third and 3. Next, from the gun on third down. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
Well, here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a third and very reasonable incomplete on that third down try. That brings up fourth and short.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll run it. It's Irving. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield. On second down, it's Hicks. Now, screen set up for Irving. And he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, but now it's third down. From the shotgun, here's Hicks. This one complete. Right side, it's Watson. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. A great chance to convert that early turnover into points. Here's first and goal. That is caught to the goal line and in. Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The PAT up and good. And the Steelers have their first lead of the new year. They're up 7-0 here in the season opener. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. On the return, Noah Igbenogany. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Jets offense ready to see the football for the second time. They had that pick on the opening drive that led to a touchdown. So 7-0 the deficit as they get the ball back. First and 10. On first down, they'll start the drive with Henry. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Frankie Louvu there to make the play defensively. Darnold now to throw. He'll quickly pass to his fullback. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They'll look to pick up the pace. On third and a yard, here's Darnold. This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Trying to connect with the veteran Zach Ertz that time. And now it's 4th down. To throw is Darnold. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to have the Jets first down. They wind up with a gain of 11 on 4th down. On the ground, here's Henry. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. A 7-yard pickup. They'll go again here with Henry. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5. And the Jets first down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line. Darnold to throw. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. So, first quarter in the books here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. It's the Steelers with the early lead. More from MetLife Stadium after this. The Jets have it here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with 1st and 10. Darnold. He finds the veteran Keenan Allen. And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the marker. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the Steelers 17. Here's Darnold. A throw left side.
Come on. Catch the goddamn ball.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient. And at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
First and goal, and it's Henry. He slowed up quickly as he gets this down to the 6. 6-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal. Throwing, Darnold. And as he threw it, the pass is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They'll try and throw. Here's Darnold. And he's in. DJ Moore. Touchdown, New York. Extra point by Gano is up and good.
What the fuck? Why is
The Jets will level things out at 7 apiece. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. This will be returned from the 6. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. So, Greg, on come the Steelers, and this is just the consistent line in the NFL. We love sitting with Mike Tomlin. The ball comes out, and the Jets come up with the takeaway.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Yards on the return. On the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. Greg, this AFC East, a division that really has been dominated by the Bills. 5 straight division titles. It's hard to see who can knock them off that perch.
Yeah, and I think until someone decides that that's going to change, I think you just have to assume that Buffalo remains the king of the East. And I think when you look at the bottom of the division with the Jets and New England, they're clearly in a rebuild. Quarterback, coaching staff, trying to kind of get themselves out of the bottom of the division. Miami seems to me, I don't know if they're ready to compete necessarily with Buffalo directly, but Miami is a playoff caliber roster, a playoff caliber team. They've showed it in years past. So if anybody's ready to compete, I think it's Miami. I just don't know, Mike, if they are ready top to bottom over the length of the season to get enough wins to keep pace with a team as good as Buffalo.
And two new coaches at the bottom of the standings last year, the Jets and the Patriots. And Greg, both guys who played for a long time in the league and bring a certain amount of toughness to the top of the organizations.
Oh, absolutely, and it was very clear exactly what New York and New England were looking for. They wanted culture setters, right? It wasn't about getting the fancy play caller. It wasn't about the X's and O's. They needed to establish an identity and a culture of excellence and of winning. So, no question, Mike, there was a very clear mission, a clear path to landing on Vrabel and Aaron Glenn, and they think they have their guy for the long term.
They'll work straight ahead with Henry. Not much there, a yard or two down to the 48. That's Alex Highsmith in for the tackle. Gonna go right back to Henry. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. The tackle made at the 47-yard line. Here comes 3rd and 6. Off the play fake. Here's Garner. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with it.
This one
And he fucking drops it.
The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down. That one thrown quickly. Locks it on the RPO. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. From the 48-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5. On the ground, it's Irvin. Angling to the sideline.
He ran out of bounds.
And he's going to be out of bounds down at the 30. First down, Pittsburgh. On first down, here's Hicks to throw. That is caught. What a throw. Christian Watson. Touchdown, Steelers. The extra point is good. And the Steelers will move out. Just at the 37, it's 1st and 10. Now, Darnold. Other side of midfield. Gain there of 21. And the Jets have a first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Back to throw. Work in the middle. He's got Ertz. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Brings up 2nd and 3. To throw again is Darnold. Throwing off his back foot.
I don't know why the game's glitching out.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Darnold going to hustle his guys to the line. They're running on first down with Henry. Not much happening there. Just a short game. The offense in hurry-up mode, pushing the pace. Brings up 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's a run with Henry. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. We'll try to go up tempo here as they hustle to the line. 3rd and short yardage, and here's Garner. That's into the hands of Warner, the tight end. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal. First down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. Off the bootleg. Here's Darnold. A float behind his man. Can't reel it back in. And that'll go down as an incompletion.
So as halftime looms, like, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock, catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Here's the toss right side to Henry. He'll get a couple, mark him down at the 3. Now timeout, Jets. It'll be their second as they'll stop with 27 seconds remaining until halftime.
And after putting together what's been a long and methodical drive, they suddenly find themselves on the verge of potentially stalling out. So this defense, they can get a stop here. That would feel like a pretty big win on a drive that's largely been dominated by the offense.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. That's going to be broken up in the end zone. Incomplete. There was no space to fit that one in. And now here comes 4th and goal.
A 20-yard attempt.
Gano's kick is good. And the Jets are back within 4 at 14-10.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. They do try to run it out as they start on the ground. And they smack him down there. Big hit right at the line. No gain. They'll keep it on the ground here again. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line. And apparently we'll forget about that for the moment and turn our attention to quarter number 3. Let's go. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. Greg, when you step back and look at this AFC North, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, their rivalry now really for a couple of decades has in so many ways defined this division, and they set the tone for everything that happens when you are in an AFC North game.
And you talk about divisions having identities, they have their culture. Really at the top, Baltimore and Pittsburgh kind of want to play a similar style game, strong on defense, great run game. Obviously, Baltimore adds the extra element with Lamar Jackson. To me, the fascinating team though is what kind of jump can we expect, Mike, from the Cincinnati Bengals?
And they're not going to catch up to him. He will score. 70 yards. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The extra point is up and through. And the Steelers are out to a 21-10 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Horton. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Jets offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. So, Greg, you start to think about, okay, who the teams didn't make the playoffs last year, could have a chance this year. Look, it happens every year. We just have to identify who they are. Who are the top of mind for you as we start 2025?
As I start in the AFC, I think the Cincinnati Bengals, you got to think the way their season ended last year, they rattle off 5 wins straight, really on the back of Joe Burrow. We could have made the argument that they're a playoff team, but Joe Burrow was the best player in the league. I mean, he was incredible. Most weeks, Mike, he single-handedly carried that offense. Now, new defensive coordinator and Al Golden from the college ranks. Can he just make that
Derek fucking Henry, baby.
Because if they would just play a little bit better with that high-profile offense, I think they're a team. They might not win the division with Baltimore, but they're going to be close and maybe at least get one of those wild card spots.
Who fought Alex Ice Cream?
Taken back to the other side of midfield. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On play action, here's Garner. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. It's 3rd and long. They'll go play action with Darnold. That's complete. He's got it to London. And he's going to be out of bounds down at the 30. They'll come up here first and 10.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Darnold now to throw. That's complete. Some more on the right side. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Jets. First down. First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Off the play fake, it's Darnold. Right back to Moore, another grab. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
Gordon Allen.
Darnold to throw again. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Third and 5.
Brings up third and 5.
Darnold to the air once more. That one taken in. Drake, London. Touchdown, New York. Gano on to add the extra point. And
Oh,
this
fuck.
one is no good. He missed the extra point in this tight game. Boy, that could come to be a big factor as this second half rolls along. So, following the touchdown, the punter man going to kick this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Steelers offense and receiver Christian Watson set to go once more. You know, Greg, it's always new faces in different places. Off-season movement, what caught your eye?
I think there's so many good ones, right? You talk about Stephon Diggs. He ends up in New England, and Cooper Kupp now. He's moving on to Seattle from the Rams. But I think it's the guy the Rams signed to replace him, Devontae Adams. I know he's not the youngest anymore, but watching him play in New York with Aaron Rodgers last year with the Jets, he can still run, he can still make every catch, he can still go up and compete at the high point. I think you put Devontae Adams with Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua.
Matthew Stafford is a great quarterback.
Sean McVay. I think that's a sneaky, maybe not a sneaky.
Sweet chin music, baby.
Household name, but I think that's a great signing.
And always interesting from the offseason, the quarterback movement and unique ties. Some of the biggest names were or now are Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, now the guy that is going to line up behind center for Seattle, Mike, is Sam Darnold. And, of course, we all saw that incredible season he had last year in Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell and Justin Jefferson and that really dynamic Vikings offense. So now he goes to Seattle.
That's way too over fucking thrown.
He was let go from the Rams, and he's healthy. He's a big weapon. Jackson Smith and Jigba. He has some pieces in that puzzle that he can push the ball downfield to. So I'm excited to see Sam. That's what everyone thought he was going to
Only
be.
2 fucking yards.
He was a high draft pick of the New York Jets.
A 1-yard pickup. Brings up
Throwing on third down is Darnold. He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. This offense moving quickly, and they'll try to get set.
That's good for the Jets. First and 10.
On the give, here's Henry. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down.
Oh shit! Oh, I was inches.
A 9-yard pickup.
Here's Henry. He'll take this for
I was never really crazy about these X Factors.
He has enough. First down.
It's a gain of 2.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's caught. Right side. It's London. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 18. That's good for another Jet.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That is
Yes, I give it, motherfucker.
touchdown Jets. Now we'll get a 2-point try here. Darnold as the offense lined up.
The Jets will line up for a 2-point conversion.
Now they'll set up to throw. And And that's going to be
Flag, pass interference, baby.
There is a flag down. Let's see what we've got. So, following the touchdown, the punter man going to kick this one away. The return starts from the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. Now, Greg, to get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new
You ain't going nowhere, bitch.
in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going for it on fourth down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if I kicked the touchback, we got the ball at the 20. There wasn't that much of a spread, but now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball at the 35? Where even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that's causing offenses to go for more touchdowns, kick less field goals, because the ensuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable territory.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season when we were playoff overtime. Each team getting...
And I am gonna look at Alex Highsmith being a little bitch.
It just felt so incomplete. And he's gonna go all the way.
King Henry, baby. I gotta go, so I wanna go fucking.
Touchdown, Jets. And now, after the big play, gonna cut that celebration short, because they're gonna stay out and go for 2. Throwing, Darnold, and he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal
Yeah,
line.
baby. I've always liked Zach Ertz.
So, following the touchdown, the punter man going to kick this one away. This is going to be taken in at the 3.
Come on, Chubb. Get him, Chubb. Oh. Come on, Chubbster.
Just shy of the 25.
Look.
Steelers offense starting to try out for this next possession. They trail here by a couple of scores. The margin is 9. As this drive starts with first down.
Boom, bitch.
Met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That's caught. It's Isaac to slot. And he'll get about 3 here on 2nd down before he's out of bounds. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He's got a receiver. It's Chase.
Damn it.
And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. First and 10. Fourth quarter begins on the ground.
Boom, baby. Boom, baby.
Might have even lost a yard there. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll throw. It's Nix. There's a short one taken.
Bobby Wagner, baby. The GOAT. One of the GOATs, baby.
And it's going to set up 3rd down. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. Along the sideline, a nice catch. The feet in. It's a short game, but it'll move the chains. A first down. To throw is Nix.
And the Steelers sacks the quarterback.
This one complete. Right side, it's Watson. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down. To throw is Nix. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. His second grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Here's Nix to throw. And he's going to be dropped. They get to him back at the 15-yard line. First down was not very good. Here's second and goal. Throw it. Nix. Well, it's another catch for his favorite cousin. And he's got another one. Christian Watson. Touchdown Steelers. What a start to the season. It's a 3-touchdown week number 1. Greg, how often do we say it's a one-possession game? But that's a two-part story. Part one taken care of right there with the touchdown.
All right, Mike, so they go down and they get the all-important touchdown. But only half of the time is this truly a one-score game. They need this two-point conversion here to tie it up.
And they will finally track him down, not before he takes this to the other side of midfield. 46-yard line. Darnold to throw on first down. A quick slant, hooked in by Moore. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. The Jets, first down. Darnold then on 1st and 10. Downfield, there's the veteran Ertz. And he will get into the end zone. Zach Ertz. Touchdown, New York. His second touchdown now here in the season opener. A play coming here for the Jets as they will set up for 2.
Where's the fade?
Darnold now to throw. And that is incomplete.
It's incomplete.
Winds up being unsuccessful.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this two-point try, but the execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
The Steelers offense ready to take over once again. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Nix. He's got a receiver. It's Ty Felton. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Now a second down throw for Nix. To the left side. Caught by Chase. And he will score. Jamar Chase. Touchdown Pittsburgh. Now go with Haran and Irving. And he will not get in.
What's up, Edward?
On this try for 2.
Okay.
To tie this football game. So the lead is down to just 2 now in the 4th quarter as they kick it off. Returning is Igbenogany. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. Just refusing to go down. He winds up with a gain of 7. A gain of 7 brings up second down. On play action, here's Darnold. Pass caught left side. That's Ertz. That'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. They'll Henry. And he'll
Yeah,
get
this is
back
fucking
to the line of
hard.
scrimmage. That's about all.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
2nd and 11. This is Henry. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. And we'll see a timeout used by the defense, stopping it right after the break. A minute 57 to go in the game. They'll drop the throw. Oh, do you believe it? It's intercepted. Picked off by Carlton Davis. Here's 1st and 10. Now Nick's going to look to throw. Now a screen set up for Irving. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here comes 2nd down. Back to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their 2nd, as it comes with a minute 4 left to go in the game. They'll keep it on the ground. And the struggles continue. He's dropped behind the line again. They'll get up on it quickly and spike it with just a little over 50 seconds remaining to play. The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. A pass pulled in by Irving. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. We'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Nix. This one deep downfield for Chase. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, it's trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on down. Over the flash, and he lost the football. And the defense is going to come up with it. Maybe the break they need here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, as soon as I try to throw the fucking ball, I get.
A 1st down throw for Nix. There's a short one taken by Ingram. And now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. They get it right at the 30-second mark of this 4th quarter. On 2nd down, it's Nix. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Pressure time, no timeouts to stop the clock as they get set here for a big 1st down.
As the saying goes, Mike, you need your big-time players to make big-time plays, and the moment doesn't get bigger than this. Find yourself down. A touchdown gives you a chance to win this thing in regulation.
And he shanked it.
I think they got shot.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So a big mistake there. Roughing call on the field goal try. It gives them an automatic 1st down. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And that very likely will be a game winner.
Well, there's no more pressure-filled spot for a kicker than that one right here, Mike. I mean, it's very simple. You make it, you win. You miss it, you lose. And what's he do? He comes through to not only give his team the lead, but most likely the victory.
On 1st and 10, here's Darnold. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult.
I'm gonna fuck.
Maybe 2 plays, that's it. They'll try again here. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold.
And he drops the ball.
So no help there. And we're likely down to a final snap. Now, a big 3rd down.
blocked it.
complete. The defense holds here in the final minute, and they're
Hey,
going to get
Buck
out
City.
of here with a victory. So this one, a win for the visiting Steelers. They move to 1-0, getting the victory to begin the new campaign.
All right, everyone. That concludes today's live stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it.